In a previous video, I covered the basics of trauma bonding. You can view that video by clicking on the card or by following the link in the description. In this video, I will cover the most common signs of trauma bonding. If you experience any of these, you may be in an abusive relationship where trauma bonding is keeping you from leaving. Hello wonderful person and welcome to Narcissistic Abuse Healing. I'm Anton and I create videos about narcissistic abuse to help you understand what was done to you and help you heal from it. Please help this channel grow by subscribing. If you find this video informative or helpful in any way, please let me and YouTube know by liking and sharing it. Feel free to share your experience in the comment section as well as topics you would like me to cover. You feel addicted to the abuser. In an abusive relationship, the abuser is rarely nice to you. This random and infrequent special treatment from an abuser can make you feel like you're winning a jackpot. As dopamine floods your system, you are taken to an ecstatic emotional high. When you walk on eggshells in fear of upsetting the abuser, cortisol is released and you are in fight or flight mode. You are constantly anxious and like a tightly wound up rubber band. When the abuser rewards you, the flood of dopamine and the blockage of cortisol can cause such immense relief in you, it is intoxicating to you. Your brain can become addicted to this feeling where you start to crave it all the time, to the point where all you can think about is pleasing the abuser. Oxytocin additionally strengthens your bond to the abuser, where it becomes you and the abuser against the world. Many victims confuse this powerful high they get with love for the abuser, when in fact they are in love with the emotional high the abuser causes in them and not the abuser. But because they are addicted to this emotional high, they need the abuser. It can cause you to feel as if you cannot love anyone else, as you seek that emotional high in other relationships that just feel boring and predictable to you, because only the abuser can lift you to such ecstatic highs. Friends and family do not support the relationship. Some parents may not approve of any of your relationships. However, when all your friends and family are against your relationship, then it is a big red flag. They are on the outside and not as emotionally invested as you, and can see the dynamics of a relationship better than you. You may have become accustomed to the abusive behaviors over time, but others who do not experience it can point out it is abusive. Your instinct may be to try to defend the abuser and your relationship, and you may think that other people just do not understand what is going on. If they just knew what pressure your partner is under at work or some other excuse, then they would understand why your partner is behaving in the way they are. The truth is, there is never an excuse for abuse. No matter how much stress your partner is under, if they have substance abuse problems, they need help. If they refuse to go, they are refusing to change. You know they are toxic but cannot let go. Leaving an abuser can be like trying to go on a diet. You psych yourself up to eating healthy, but next thing you know, you find yourself 2 a.m. in the morning with half a chocolate cake gone, or you ordering 2 Big Macs from a 24-hour drive-thru. You may know about narcissistic abuse and see what the narcissist tactics are, and even hate them for abusing you and how much time and money they took from you. Yet you cannot get yourself so far as to leave them. You may even try to leave only for the person to beg, plead and promise to change, and then you go back. You are stuck because of emotional and chemical trauma bonding holding you captive, as well as gaslighting making you believe that deep down they really want to change and love you. They just need more time and help from you. It is all a lie to keep you to stay. What you feel is not love for them. It is an addiction to the dopamine hit you get when they give you validation, and they are not going to change to what you want them to be. You feel as if there is no way out. Abuse causes you to constantly live in a state of fear and anxiousness that makes it hard for you to think clearly. It also causes a loss of self-worth and self-confidence in you, to the point that you believe you are useless and worthless, that you feel you cannot make it on your own, or that the number of years you have left is just not worth the hassle of leaving an abuser and starting over. The truth is, with correct planning, you can escape. People have escaped from concentration camps and maximum security prisons, and with enough determination, you can make a new life for yourself, regardless of your age or financial position. It will not be easy, but it can be done, and you are worth it. Protecting the abuser. Trying to justify or defend the abuse you are suffering is the main sign of trauma bonding. There just is no valid excuse for abuse of any kind. Excuses are lies, so we can avoid facing the truth that may force us to make uncomfortable choices, such as leaving an abuser. You may feel guilty for leaving because of your vows, in sickness and health, for richer and poorer, until death us part. Victims will often make excuses for the abuser and protect them from people who point out their behaviors. In a way, the victim is not only protecting the abuser, but also the relationship, and so to the victim's choice of partner. So indirectly, the victim is also protecting their own image. The abuser may reward the victim for protecting them, causing fear in the victim of what will happen if they do not protect the abuser, to the point where the victim may even become hostile to bystanders or police when they want to stop the abuse or remove the abuser. The victim will also agree with the abuser to the abuser's excuses for abusing the victim. Feeling indebted to the abuser. When a trauma bond is formed, the victim starts to accept the blame for the abuser. They feel they caused the abuser to react in abusive ways. The victim will then try to make it up to the abuser to rid themselves of the guilty feeling they have. The loss of self-esteem and self-worth often causes the victim to feel that the abuser treats them better than they deserve, even though they are being abused. This causes the victim to feel they owe the abuser and will then be unwilling to leave the abuser. They may even feel that the abuser made them a better person. They may also believe that the abuser will hurt themselves should they leave and decide to stay, than rather live with the guilt of them causing the abuser to kill themselves. The truth is that you cannot control someone else's behaviors, and if they threaten to kill themselves, they need help. You are not responsible for their actions even if they harm themselves because you left. They chose their actions and could have chosen to seek help. Hurting themselves is just another way to punish and abuse you. You block your emotions. Narcissistic abuse is soul-destroying. To cope, many victims shut down their emotions. This allows them to block out the negative emotions from the abuse. However, it also blocks the positive emotions and joy of living. Things that used to give you pleasure now do nothing for you. You may feel as if there is nothing in life worth living for and can go into depression. Some victims will hide their negative emotions from their partner so as to not allow them to know they are getting to them. This is often the case with grey rock. The victim may let their negative emotions come out when they are alone. Not being able to show your negative emotions in front of your partner is a big red flag. You are in a trauma-bonded relationship. You are on the brink of self-destruction. Narcissists drive you to accept new levels of low and slowly destroy you. The stress of walking on eggshells not to upset them, as well as worrying what they will do next, such as spend all the rent money, will take a toll on your emotional and physical health. When your self-worth is shattered, you will automatically self-harm and self-sabotage. You may start to let go of your fitness and healthy eating habits. Hobbies often are abandoned, and even career goals and studies may be abandoned. Your personal hygiene may suffer, especially if the abuser is a hoarder or lives filthy. If you stop and look around you in disbelief in the conditions you have grown accustomed to living in, then you are in a toxic relationship and possibly stuck due to trauma bonding. You may feel so exhausted that even if you had other choices or options, you may feel unable or unwilling to take them if it means leaving the abuser. Your health may suffer to the point where you constantly have headaches, get high blood pressure and eczema, suffer from memory loss, sleep disorders, stomach problems, constant bladder infections, and a poor immune system where you constantly get sick. In essence, you are killing yourself staying with a person. You may suffer extreme fear as if you are going to die, even just thinking of leaving the abuser. You constantly lower your standards. Apart from lowering your fitness and hygiene standards, you will also lower your humanitarian standards. Where you before may have been empathetic and compassionate, you will start to suppress that. Maybe you helped at church or school or an old-age home, but because a narcissist is so jealous they will demand you spend all your time with them, you may start to make up excuses to not help others, to not upset the narcissist. You may become just as heartless as the narcissist and scorn beggars or homeless people without thinking as to how they got where they are. You may participate in smear campaigns with a narcissist, often towards their ex, and may gossip with them about others without thinking of the harm you are causing to others. Overall, the narcissist will slowly drag you down. Where once you may have been an upbeat, happy, full of life person who was loving, caring, and had compassion and empathy for others, you may end up a shell of your former self with ice around your heart. When you leave the abuser, you will have to rediscover who you are. This will take time, and you may feel guilt for the actions you took. You are multiple things to the narcissist. Narcissists exploit people for everything they can. You will often feel as if you are their butler, lover, financier, babysitter, parent, and more. You need to clean up after them, make sure they remember obligations such as bill payments, and be their emotional punching bag. When you fill so many roles, your boundaries dissolve and you start to lose your identity. It can be hard for you to see negative changes in yourself. When you do things for the narcissist, they should do for themselves, especially taking responsibility for their actions and fulfill their obligations. You are being exploited. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like and share it so that more people can benefit from it. If not subscribed, please subscribe now by clicking the seductive red button. As reward for subscribing, you will get more informative videos about narcissistic abuse. Please leave a comment as it helps to expand the information covered in the video, which may be of benefit to others. Also check out my books on narcissism by following the links in the description. Thank you.